Now, on this lovely sunny day, it's a shame to be inside, but I've had the dehumidifier on and also a fan heater in the bottom shed. I've managed to, well, the dehumidifier's collected a couple of litres of water from the atmosphere of the shed in a morning. So certainly there's some moisture in there to be taken out of the air. And it's taken it from maybe 90% to 75%, 80%, 70%. Anyway, there we go. So it's quite a damp atmosphere. But this is an investigation of the white material, the white mold, the white salts, the white efflorescence, the white powder in the shed. And I've had a bit of a look at it, tried to dissolve it, and I've also had a look at it, and you'll see some pictures, videos on here where I'm using a little gadget that I've got for my phone, had it a while, which is like a mini little microscope type attachment, which just amplifies the size of things. So let's have a further investigation of the powder in my shed. Right, I've got a little bit of vinegar in here. Let's see what happens when I put some vinegar onto it. Oh, well, the first thing is it's not wetting it. That's interesting. Let's stir it a bit. Oh, well, it's fairly unreactive with vinegar. Okay. Yep, it's not reacting with the vinegar. Now this is a little rainwater. Now let me just stir it in a bit. Oh, the drop has rolled completely off. So that's rainwater. And the white powdery stuff is just stuck to the edge of the rainwater. That's where the vinegar was. Yep, it's not showing any reaction with it. It's not, the water isn't dissolving it either. There. Well, I'm using a little adapter on the phone, which is like a magnifying thing to look at the stuff that's formed. I don't know if that helps determine whether it's a crystalline thing or a mold. You can see it appears in quite thick clumps in places. Now, what I'll do is I'll pause it and go, well, no, because it's quite thick just there. So that's how it has formed on the grain of the wood. And you know, let's hold it still, try and get it focused. It's almost got a crystalline rather than fibrous sort of moss, or, oh, there we go. That's a bit better focused there, isn't it? Yeah, let's go over where it's a bit more sparse. Yes. I'm tempted to say crystalline. I looked at it in a couple of other places. Now, if this was a mold, then this is where it's growing little spores or pockets of it. It's an interesting effect, isn't it? So these are like dots of it, but when you look at the dots more closely, I'll hold this still so you can try and see. A mould would be, I don't know, either smoother. I don't know what the magnification is on here. It's only about 10, maybe 20 times with this device. Here it is on some of the scatter where it's very thin on the layout. I'll just pause it there so you can look at the video. If it's moving, you're not going to be able to see what sort of thing you're looking at. And this is on a card building. It's on the roof. Now, that has a slightly more fibrous look to it. There. More fibrous rather than crystalline. So, yeah. I'm dragging it around, aren't I now? But if I do drag it around a bit. Side of a building, there's a window. It's not quite focused on it there, is it? Sorry, that's not much help. Okay, another look at it on part of the track. See, it grows into quite thick clumps. It is a very pure white. Well, there you go. That's a little bit more for those people that want to investigate whether it's a mould or not. So this is just to show you the ease with which you can move it. So this is a brush. So just very gently, and it sweeps up quite easily with the brush. It's not like I'm having to scrub or anything. Is that focusing? Yeah, it does so. Look, it brushes away quite. Oh, why's the shadow? Oh, it's because I'm moving the thing. Come on, focus. Brushes away quite easily. I just don't think I would be able to collect mould as a white powder. So this brushes up, well, it's kind of spreading itself out across the grain of the wood. But if I dust it like that, it's not spores. Can you see the very fine, the powder? So not large crystals. However, they're clumped together. It's out of focus again, isn't it? Come on, focus. There we go. They don't remain in a crystalline form. It just dusts up like a powder. Disintegrates, as it were, as you touch it. And the size of the powder is very fine. Wouldn't like to say, but the way it was floating in the air, it's a few microns, I would say, in size. So I'd need quite a good mask, filter mask, if I was to protect myself from this, which maybe I ought to consider now. And this water running here tells me that the sun is shining on the little solar panel.